Trip guidance and press schedule for U.S. Secretary of the Treasury Janet L. Yellen. July 9, 2021. Friday, July 9 through Tuesday, July 13. Washington. Secretary Janet L. Yellen will attend the G20 finance ministers and central bank governors meeting in Venice, where she will continue to reinforce the U.S. commitment to multilateralism and advance U.S. policy priorities on global tax policy, climate change, and inclusive economic recovery, and global health. During her time in Venice, the Secretary will hold bilateral meetings with counterparts, including with Minister Mohammad Al-Jadaan of Saudi Arabia, Deputy Prime Minister Taro of Japan, Minister Lutfi Elvan of Turkey, Minister Daniele Franco of Italy, Minister Martín Guzmán of Argentina, Deputy Prime Minister Namki of South Korea, Minister Bruno Maire of France, Minister Kenneth Ofori-Atta of Ghana, and Minister Wong of Singapore. Official G20 events and bilateral meetings are closed press. On Friday, July 9, as part of the G20 finance ministers and central bank governors meeting, Secretary Yellen will participate in a panel during the high-level symposium on international tax with Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland of Canada, Minister Bruno Maire of France, Minister Tito Mboweni of South Africa, Minister Sri Mulyani Indrawati of Indonesia, and Minister Olaf Scholz of Germany. The panel will be moderated by OECD Secretary-General Matthijs Cormann and will be open to press accredited by the G20. On Sunday, July 11 at 8:30 a.m. Central European Summer Time, Secretary Yellen will host a press conference to address the outcomes of the G20 finance ministers and central bank governors meetings. Later that day, the Secretary will attend the Venice International Conference on Climate with her G20 counterparts, thought leaders, private sector representatives, and heads of international organizations to discuss the role of global policies and private sector finance in addressing climate change. Secretary Yellen will deliver a keynote address highlighting the robust U.S. climate change agenda and the work within the G20 to advance these priorities around 12:20 p.m. Central European Summer Time. This event is open to press accredited by the G20. Following the G20 meetings in Venice, Secretary Yellen will travel to Brussels, Belgium to strengthen the transatlantic economic relationship with EU counterparts and meet with the Eurogroup to discuss U.S. policy priorities and respective efforts to support the economic recovery. On Monday, July 12, Secretary Yellen will address the Eurogroup on ways to strengthen the transatlantic economic relationship between the U.S. and EU counterparts and on respective efforts to support the economic recovery and address policy priorities in areas including climate change and global tax policy. Secretary Yellen will later host a dinner at Whitlock Hall, the U.S. Ambassador's residence in Brussels. Joining Secretary Yellen will be Minister Magdalena Andersson of Sweden, Minister Nadia Calviño of Spain, Minister of Justice Maris Lori of Estonia, Deputy Prime Minister Elena Shilarova of the Czech Republic, and Minister Gintarė Skaistė of Lithuania. Secretary Yellen and her counterparts will discuss the impact of the COVID-19 economic crisis on women in Europe and the United States. Exchange views on tools and policies to build back better in a way that promotes gender equity and leaves no one, especially vulnerable groups, behind in the recovery, and to consider the role of the international financial institutions in decreasing gender disparities. While in Brussels, the Secretary will also hold bilateral meetings with European Commission, European Central Bank, and European country counterparts, including with President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen, Eurogroup President Pascal Donohoe, President of the European Central Bank Christine Lagarde, European Commissioner for the Economy Paolo Gentiloni, European Commission Executive Vice President Valdis Dombrovskis, European Commissioner for Financial Services, Financial Stability, and Capital Markets Union Mairead McGuinness, European Commission Executive Vice President Margrethe Vestager, European Commissioner for International Partnerships Jutta Urpilainen, and Deputy Prime Minister Vincent van Petegem of Belgium. On Tuesday, July 13, Secretary Yellen will travel back to the U.S. from Brussels.